In this video series, we will be completely disassembling the SSG11. It's gonna be a total of 6 videos to not make them too long. This one will be about the upper part, so all the barrel stuff up here. Then we will have the stock specifically, and also there is gonna be videos about the trigger box. Upper stock trigger box, 2 videos. 1 assembly, 1 disassembly. Let's get started. In order to separate the upper and the lower, we have 3 screws total, this one, then one is hiding right here, and the other one is here on top. We will remove these, and that will allow us to separate the 2. Before we get started, make sure there is no magazine on the inside. Scope is good to remove. It will make it easier to do what we need to do. And let's also remove the fake magazine from here, because that's where the one of the screws is hiding. So we get started with this one. Then we switch to a bigger bit and we remove this one in the middle. We set it aside, and the last one is again the smaller one here behind the bolt. There we go. Now we can lift the stock and set it aside. All right, and now when we have that, we will remove the trigger box with these 2 screws. All right, and now we have all the 3 different pieces, and now we will continue with the separate videos about each one of them. We will set these 2 aside, and let's continue with the upper, because that is this particular video. We can remove the magazine holder block with a Phillips head screwdriver. There are 2 screws here. We have to lift this part away in order to get to the second one. And now we can just lift it. There are 2 more screws right here that you can unscrew and remove this spring if you need to do so. Then you just put it back in. We don't want to make this video too long, so I will not do that. Here we have 2 other screws that are holding this plate, and then you can remove the mechanism. Again, this is super simple. To save time, I'm not gonna go into that depth. Now let's go ahead and remove the cylinder. Just like that. End cap. It's a reverse thread, so basically you are screwing it in and that will unscrew it, so it's the opposite side of what you would be expecting from a regular screw. So when you try to remove it, keep that in mind. And now we can go ahead and remove the TDC holder. And at that point, we should be able to remove the barrel. Two screws, lifts like this. I'm gonna keep the screws in to have it organized. Here, if we wanted to change the pressure knob, we can literally unscrew it like so. Again, I don't want to have too many parts laying around, so I'm gonna put it back. One more thing, here is a small little O-ring. Don't forget that. If suddenly this, just pops out, this is where you can place it on top of the wheel. Now we can go ahead and remove the barrel. Just like that. Here we have the centering ring, and we will set this aside. Now when it comes to the top part, here we only have 4 screws that will allow you to remove the top rail. Super simple, nothing too specific. Notice that there are different distances between the 2. That tells you the orientation. Closer is here at the bolt handle side. Here is the barrel side. We could remove it again for the sake of time saving, I'm gonna leave that out. Now we will move on to the precision part, the barrel and the hop-up chamber. Now we will first unscrew this. This one can be quite tight from the factory because we don't want any movement from these two parts. Now you can try first with the hand. Okay, I managed. If you are not able to get enough grip, consider using pliers and put something soft between the pliers so you don't scratch it. Even if you scratch it, it will not do anything with the performance. It will just not look as nice. So use some cloth, fabric, microfiber cloth, things like that. All right, we have it out. Where is my tool? Actually, now I'm gonna use this bigger one. That's a big flathead. I'm gonna unscrew this one so I don't accidentally slip. We take it off, and there is a spring hiding in there. This is how it sits. So we will place it there, and the last bit just falls out. It's this plastic little piece. All right, at this point, nothing is really holding the barrel on the inside. There is just the bucking and some friction fit. So we will carefully pull it out by wiggling. See? Rather easy, and the bucking stayed inside. Now, how do we get the bucking out? You can use different tools. You can try to get it out with the cleaning rod. You can try Allen keys. A longer one will definitely be better, but I'm gonna try with the shorter one because that's what you probably have at home. Something about this size, not super small, not super pointy, but also not too big, so you can actually get in there. And I'm just gonna work the bucking from one side to the other, push a little bit, and just switch the sides. So I am working not only one side, but all of the sides, slow and steady. All right, got it going. Now you can see that once you get it off the lip, then it's getting out rather easy. Take your time. You don't want to rip the bucking. You can try different tools. Whatever works for you, just once again, take your time, don't rip it. Once we have it out, that is pretty much it. This is just one piece. Here we have an O-ring, as you can see. Here we have some pad that is not really, it's stuck there. We don't want to remove that one. If this pops out, put it back in place. Now we have the complete barrel and chamber disassembled, and we can take a look at this cylinder. All right, for that, we will use the fake magazine. These two rods are sticking out, and you can actually place them here, and you can unscrew it. Now, if you don't have this one for some reason, maybe you lost it, not sure, you can also use Leatherman with thinner pliers or any thinner pliers, and you can also unscrew it like so. It's not as elegant, but it also works. Last tip that I can give you how to open it is a regular Allen key. You stick it in one of those holes and you can actually get it going like so. It's a little finicky, but that also works. All right, we have the piston head out. Now we have the cylinder, spring, and spring guide. Now, before we move on to the cylinder, let's just quickly disassemble the rest. Again, not really a reason to start disassembling this unless you want to switch it to the other side. If you don't need to do that, please don't. If you want to do that, here is how you do it. This one has a reverse thread, so it doesn't unscrew when you are loading. So we need to be not unscrewing like a typical screw, we need to be tightening it basically. This is how you remove it. You are going in this direction. Once we have that, this piece will pop out, and now we can take out this screw that is holding the firing pin indicator. Now, this one is also securing the end cap, and it is screw glued. Make sure that you have the biggest flathead screwdriver you can, that you actually reach on both sides. I'm gonna try to show you on the top camera. You will see that not even this one is quite big enough. It is big enough, would be even better to get a bigger one. This is the biggest I had. It's doable, done it before, but make sure you get as big of a flathead as you can, because there is screw glue and it's holding quite securely. All right, there we go, got it going, and now I will just unscrew it. And here we go. Now I can just take it out. As you can see, we have some screw glue residues. If you are assembling this again, make sure to put some screw glue there because you don't want your end cap to get loose in the middle of the game. Here are 2 pins in the end cap and also 2 springs hiding on the inside. Don't lose them on your fluffy carpet because that would make it not click when you want it to click. Other than that, there is no ball bearings, no other things like you might be used to from other guns. It's super simple. This is all there is to it. Here we have the firing pin indicator with a little spring that we will keep on there for easier assembly. At this point, the cylinder is also completely done. Now I'm gonna show you how to do the piston. For that, I'm gonna take an Allen key because it will make it a little easier. This one is holding quite securely. Again, we don't want it to fall apart inside of the cylinder, so it's rather tight, but nonetheless, we can try. I actually managed to undo it. It wasn't that hard, but if you cannot, I want to show you what you can do. You can use this hole to put another Allen key or something, and now you will get way more grip, so you can actually undo it with 2 of them. Or also here, you see that you have a surface for a wrench. So you can actually also secure it here with a wrench or pliers, bigger ones than this, because this is quite big, and you will also scratch it if you do so, as you can see here. Doesn't affect the performance at all, it just doesn't look nice, so be careful when you are disassembling. All right, so I'm gonna use this method. That should be definitely enough for you to be able to unscrew this one, and we will just set it aside. Now we no longer need these. Now notice that there is the black gliding ring, that's plastic. Then we have the weight. You can also add more weights if you want to do some tacking. I would not recommend doing that for beginners, intermediate players. Only if you are an advanced tech, you should be messing with weights. This one, that one was actually doable with just a hand. If you cannot undo it, you can again use a wrench and another wrench. There are surfaces for that specifically. This one goes to the side, and last but not least, second glide ring, just like that. Now at this point you shouldn't go any further, but just to show you, you can also remove the front cap. Before you do it, it's not that easy to put it back on, so don't do it if you don't need to. If you need to replace it, then you can. That's the complete disassembly of the upper and all the precision parts. Now we will move on to the next part.